What's up, Philly sports fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II, and you guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. Daryl Morey, the president of basketball operations for the Philadelphia 76ers, made an appearance on the Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, and he made it very clear what his intentions were when it came to Ben Simmons. He told everybody to buckle up because this process can definitely take 4 years because he refuses to give Ben Simmons away for pennies on the dollar. He refuses to give Ben Simmons away for role players, knowing damn well that Ben Simmons is a difference maker for their team. He wasn't oblivious to the fact that Ben Simmons is a key cog in this vision that we have when it comes to winning a championship. But at the same time, he's not blind to the fact that Ben Simmons wants out. So in his mind, I'm not going to give this man up for just anything or anybody. I want to be able to keep this team competitive for the near and very clear future because Joel Embiid is in his prime. And the last thing we're going to do is waste that situation. But I can go on and tell you about what he said. I can show you better than I can tell you. Listen in on this, y'all.
Love to sit here and talk basketball issues with you all day. What happened last night, where your team is. Unfortunately, there is a 10,000-pound elephant that's also in the room, and it's weighing on top of all of us, and you mostly. So where do we stand right now? It's been reported that he showed up today for individual workouts, but said his back hurt. He was then cleared to play medically, but said he wasn't mentally ready to participate. So what does that mean? Does that mean that was also insubordination for which he'll be suspended? Where does it stand right now?
Him to be at shoot-around tomorrow. He did come in today. It was a day for individual workouts for the folks who were lower minutes or no minutes. And we're taking this day by day. Bottom line is, Ben Simmons is a difference maker. Our hope is to reintegrate him in the team. We feel good about our chance right now as the team stands. We feel better with Ben Simmons as part of the team.
Daryl, if he shows up at the shoot-around tomorrow, what does that mean? Does that mean that that you would put a uniform on him and have him play, or what?
I mean, we're just taking this one step at a time. We're treating it day by day that he's part of this team, and we're hoping to reintegrate him. Obviously, that doesn't look optimistic right now. I'm not here to spin your audience, but every day, it's a little like Good Will Hunting. Every day, we expect him to come in and move towards being able to help us on the floor because we know we're a better team with Ben Simmons, and we know that that's the best plan for the team. Look, if you take a step back, my job is to give Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris the tools to have the best chance to win the title. The reality is we have a very good team, 1 to 15. We have good role players. We have guys around Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris who can win at a very high level. Ben Simmons is a difference maker. I know, right now, there are people who are down on Ben Simmons, and there are good reasons for that, I think, from multiple perspectives, both on the floor and off. But the reality is this guy is a multi-time All-Star, so unless the coaches in the league who voted for him have lost their minds and don't know what an All-Star is anymore, who's one of the most impactful defensive players in the league.
At this point, he's trying to sell him.
A very good player. And to give ourselves the best chance to win the title, you need difference makers. You don't need role players. Right now, any sort of trade, which obviously Ben Simmons...
Sixers are all good on role players. We're good on that.
The best thing we can do is get role players back. That makes no sense. That will give us no better chance to win the title if we were to move Ben Simmons for role players. So people should buckle in. I mean, this is going to go a long time because our only path, my only job is to help us give the best chance to win the title. Ben Simmons is a difference maker, so we can get him back. He will help us win the title. If we can trade Ben Simmons for a difference maker, we will do it. I think that's best for everyone in this situation.
I got to give Daryl Morey a lot of credit, man. He came on live radio and he held it down. Daryl Morey is not folding for Ben Simmons' antics. That's the fact. He made it very clear And that interview lasted about 15 minutes, I believe, 13 to 15 minutes. So, but I only gave you guys maybe a 3-minute clip. But Daryl Morey basically was trying to sell Ben Simmons, to the masses and say, look, at the end of the day, this guy is very talented, multi-time All-Star, multi-time first-team All-Defensive, and also former Rookie of the Year. The guy has a lot to offer to a team. But at the same breath, at the same token, a lot of teams know how fragile he is. A lot of teams aren't going to be willing to put up with the antics that he's doing. You think about the situation he's in right now with this team. This team is a championship contender, and he's acting the way he's acting. Imagine him being in a situation where they're not vying for a championship, when they're not competitive. Who's to say he won't lash out and do the exact same thing? So right now, Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers are in a standoff. They're playing chicken on whoever will cave in first. And at the end of the day, Ben Simmons is trying to force their hand. But Daryl Morey is not going to make a move because he knows that this team is in a win-now mode, especially with Joel Embiid being in his prime, and also with Joel Embiid's health always being a constant topic of conversation. Regardless, Ben Simmons is stuck, and he's under a 4-year contract that he signed, and we're not going to be made an example of. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to set the example. And Ben Simmons is not going to hold this organization hostage. It's either you're going to come into the organization and do your job and be a professional until we get your trade value back up, or you're going to be defiant, stay home, and lose out on the money. And right now, the Philadelphia 76ers have all the leverage. And I'm not mad at Daryl Morey for wanting to get exactly what he needs to keep this team competitive. Ben Simmons is not going to strangle us or milk us and get out of here and ruin our chances for a championship. Daryl Morey is not having that. And we all know Daryl Morey knows how to play the waiting game. He's not afraid to wait it out. Like he said, he's willing to wait this out for 4 years. They got this man under contract, and they will continue to find his behind each and every practice, each and every game, and each and every season. They're not afraid to do that because regardless, they are trying to win a championship, and they're not going to let someone's ego get in the way of that. And I respect Daryl Morey for it. You think about Joel Embiid as well. Joel Embiid is tired of answering questions for this guy. Joel Embiid is not here to babysit. No one is. No one wants to babysit a grown man who refuses to take accountability for his actions. And that's the biggest factor. What did the organization really do to Simmons? They've always had his back habitually and pathologically. They've never given up on him. They've always tried to put coaches close to him that's going to try to bring the best out of him. And all he's done is extend his arms and push the team away, push the organization away whenever they've tried to help him develop as a player. He's relied too much on his inner circle. But his inner circle has not held him accountable. Not once in the NBA and not once in his young basketball career when he was in LSU. The dude always had an ego. He always felt like what he thought was right. And he's always surrounded himself with people who have no problem giving him confirmation bias. Ben Simmons has a lot of growing up to do. And if he wants out of this situation, he has to come into this city, come into this arena, be a man and play basketball and be a professional. He's most likely afraid of what's to come when he's at a home game. He know damn well the city's going to let him have it. But at the same time, Philadelphia is one of those cities that we will forgive you if you play hard. We will forgive you if you come in and play basketball. At the end of the day, we're fickle. We love hard workers. We love our sports. We love winning. If you're winning and we see that you're trying to give us your all, at least while you're here, we're going to move on from you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Just do your job, Ben Simmons, and all will be well. But if you want to be defiant, if you want to continue to resist, then 9 times out of 10, you won't get what you want. And it's straight like that. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And let's go Sixers.